Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Black Male Advice TV, Ringo TV Reactions. We back again with another video. Today's topic: why women take advice from a douchebag. Why women take advice from a douchebag. I don't know, but we're going to try to figure out what's going on with this particular guy here. Let's react to this.
Okay, I just got to say it right now. This is for all my ladies out there. This is coming from a guy who's been on, I'm confident to say, over 100 dates, lived with women, dated women, friends with benefits, everything in between. Here's the trick. If you're talking to a guy and he's not trying to commit to you, and it seems like it's already been in that direction, and you're trying to justify, oh, maybe because he said he's busy, he said he's that, he says it's not a good time, he says, you know, later on, maybe let's see into the future. No. He just doesn't like you enough. That's it. Because if he did like you, he would have tried to lock that down as fast as possible. Because if there's one thing guys can't stand, is another dude having the possibility of touching, feeling up, banging his woman that he cares about. Keyword cares. So if he's not trying to lock it down, it means he doesn't care enough for you to be out in the open. Hate to use that terminology, but we're very simple-minded creatures, us men. So unless you plant the flag and say, hey, it's either my way or the highway, you're going to be with me or you're going to keep it moving, you'll get your answer pretty quick. So don't be afraid to be confrontational. Save yourself some time, because your time is precious. And these guys, and I've been there, I've been that douchebag, I've been that dude, they will stay in it as long as they possibly can because you're convenient. And until it's not convenient, that's when it gets real. That's how you know if someone really likes you. And the only way to realize that and get the answer is to make it inconvenient and tell them either going to be with me or that's it. And just wait and see their response.
Okay, fam, you heard what he got to say? My question to the ladies is this: why do you love taking advice from a douchebag? What I realize about social media is that a lot of people love taking advice from people that are out here doing the dirt. It seems like the people that are out here doing the wickedness, doing the evil, you love them. You take advice from whoremonger males. You take advice from single mothers with multiple kids. You take advice from women that got divorces. You take advice from men that got 2 or 3 divorces. Like, I don't get it. It's like you love taking advice from toxic people. But then all the people that are on the right path, you don't listen to them. All the brothers that actually have a wife, have children, and they're doing what they got to do, when they make content, you don't care about that. All the sisters that are married, that are submissive wives, that take care of their husbands and cater to their husbands, it seems like no one wants to listen to them. But everybody listen to the douchebags, everybody's listening to the crazy people, all the people with issues. You listen to people that got issues. What is it with that? What is it with people listening to toxic people? Here we have a guy who is literally toxic, a guy who is a douchebag, a guy who made it very clear that he was that guy when we really know he still is that guy. He's trying to give you ladies advice. Really? Let's go.
Okay, I just got to say it right now. This is for all my ladies out there.
Notice he starts off, this is for all my ladies out there. Listen.
Okay, I just got to.
Let's read what's on the screen. It says, ladies, the #1 best advice you are ever gonna have when it comes to dating guys. And ladies, you're getting this from a guy who is toxic, and he's telling you that he's giving you the #1 dating advice. Let's see what his advice is for.
Say it right now. This is for all my ladies out there. This is coming from a guy who's been on, I'm confident to say, over 100 dates.
Okay, he been on 100 dates, and yet he don't have a wife. He have no success, and he just basically ran through 100 women. And you sisters would take advice from this clown.
Lived with women.
He lived with women. Think about that. He lived with women, which mean the women were taking care of him. Do you understand that? You're talking about a guy who is living with women. Now, why would a man that is a mature man, a masculine man, why would an alpha male be living with women?
Dated women, friends with benefits.
Friends with benefits, which mean he wasn't committed to none of these women. He was just using them for regular sexual activity. This is the kind of guy you taking your advice from?
Everything in between.
Everything in between. This guy just pretty much used women and played them.
Here's the trick.
Here's the trick.
You're talking to a guy and he's not trying to commit to you, and it seems like it's already been in that direction, and you're trying to justify, oh, maybe because he said he's busy, he said he's that, he says it's not a good time, he says, later on, maybe let's see into the future. No.
See, you're listening to a guy that done used, abused, and took advantage of women. And now he's trying to give you advice on what you need to know on the situation. First thing first, ladies, you have to understand something. If your legs is open to a man, you're in no position to be concerned with why he's not committing to you. You already done opened yourself up to him. So you played yourself. Because see, no man can take advantage of you if your legs is closed. But see, when we look at modern women today, their legs is open like a 24-hour store. So there's no room for any of these brothers to literally commit when you done gave them what they were looking for in the first place. If you out here being a 304, you're gonna get used. If you out here thotting, you're gonna get used. If you out here showing all your breasts all over the place, a man just gonna wanna bang it. If you out here showing your body and you want men to lust after you, that's the only thing they're gonna think about. They're not thinking about committing to you. So if you're in a situation like that, then guess what? You created that situation. Even though the brother is a douchebag, a toxic whoremonger male, you set yourself up for destruction by dealing with a brother who only wanted you for sex, and that's it. Let's go.
He just doesn't like you enough.
He just doesn't like you enough. If a brother is not committing to you, it's because he don't have no desire for you to be in his life. Do you understand me? But guess what? If your legs was closed, would you really care? If you kept your legs closed the whole time and gave him no loving, no sex, no nothing, then who cares if he didn't commit? Why? Because he didn't get nothing from you. But see, the problem here is, sisters, you're out here with your legs open like scissors. And this is why you always in your feelings when a man don't commit. You want to give him your precious loving, and then after he get what he get, he's out. Now you're expecting him to commit? That's backwards. That makes no sense at all.
That's it.
And he knows that because he done used up multiple women. Imagine how many women may have lost their mind and went crazy over this guy. Imagine how many babies he must have out there lurking. Imagine how many women hearts is scorned. Why? Because he used and he abused women.
Because if he did like you, he would have tried to lock that down as fast as possible.
He was out with 100 women according to him. Did he lock down all of those women? No. So why would you be taking advice from a guy that's not even committed to no woman? Makes no sense at all. Because if a man truly really like you and want you to be in his life, he's going to commit to you. It's just that simple. You understand? But if he's not trying to do that, and it seems like every time you meet up is just to have sex, then guess what, sister? You're just a 304 to him. If he always want to go to the telly and that's all he want to do, he don't want to do no fun things, no activities, nothing, just go into the telly or go into your house to bang up, that's it, then guess what, sister? You're just a 304.
Because if there's one thing guys can't stand is another dude having the possibility of touching, feeling up, banging his woman that he cares about.
Now think about how many other dudes was dating a woman that this douchebag was messing around with. So who is he to talk about these things? See, it's true that a man who truly have love for a woman, he don't want no other man messing around with his woman. That's a fact. Every man is like that because we're territorial. But at the end of the day, this guy's a douchebag who most likely was messing around with another man's woman. So he was out here touching another man's woman. He was out here laying up with another man's woman. So who is he to try to give you advice when he's the toxic demon that was out here using the women? Do you get my point? And it's sad that you got a lot of women out here using this particular clown as a way to try to teach you sisters something. This guy is toxic and there's nothing good about him. There is nothing there. And this is why you ladies keep falling astray, because you keep taking advice from clowns.
Keyword cares.
Cares. How many of the men that you dated, sister, actually care about you? See, the reason why you having these problems, sisters, is once again, your legs is open. And as long as you open your legs to that man and he got what he needed already, don't expect him to commit. Don't expect him to treat you nice. Don't expect him to do anything for you, because he already done got you. You understand? You never got to know him. You never got to do anything. So don't cry now.
So if he's not trying to lock it down, it means he doesn't care enough for you to be out in the open.
He don't care. And to be quite frank, a lot of these guys that are in the pump and dump world, they don't care if you got a man. They don't care if you got a husband. They don't care if you got a boyfriend. As long as you giving them head, as long as they can hit it from the back, they don't care. Matter of fact, they get kicks out of banging another man's wife. They get kicks of knowing that you got a man and you giving them head. They get kicks of knowing that your man pick you up after work, but while you at work, you giving him head. Giving him head on the job. Imagine that, your husband at home and you giving another man head on the job. These brothers is laughing at you, so why would he care?
Hate to use that terminology, but
he don't hate to use anything because he always used and abused women.
we're very simple-minded creatures.
No, you are a simple-minded creature. Don't ever let nobody call you simple, brothers. If you're a righteous brother, don't let anyone call you simple. That's an actual insult. You're not simple. To call someone simple is disrespectful. You understand? We're not no simple creatures. He is the one who is simple, and he's projecting his own toxic ways on you, brothers. Let's go.
Yes, man. So, unless you plant the flag and say, hey, it's either my way or the highway, you're going to be with me or you're going to keep it moving, you'll get your answer pretty quick.
See, if you're the type of woman who want to tell a brother, you know, it's either my way or the highway, that's not going to fly if your legs was already done open. Because he really don't care. If your legs was already open, why would he care? If his rod was already down your throat, why would he care? Why would he care when he busts down your throat like 8 times already? Why would he care if he was up inside of your box like 13 times already? Why would he care if he was in your behind 13 times? Why? Why would he even flinch to you talking about, if you don't commit to me, I'm leaving? Why? If he never settled down with you, why would he settle down now? It's a waste of time to do that already. And especially if he found out that you really are not the one he would want to settle down with, that's when it really hurts. Why? Because you stayed there all your time, wasting time with a man that wasn't even in it for the love. He was only in it for the sex. So in that situation, ladies, you gotta blame yourself, because you keep choosing these kind of douchebag men. You don't want a righteous man. How many times do I make videos trying to teach the sisters to deal with a righteous man? I don't see sisters lining up to get with a righteous man. No, no, no. How much times do I teach on polygyny and women just sit back acting like, well, I ain't with that. I ain't doing that. Yet all of you sisters are growing old. And matter of fact, most of the women that have a problem with polygyny is women that are over 35, 40, 45, 50. Some of these women are 60 years old talking about, I don't want no polygyny. You 60 years old, woman, sit down. You're against a man having more than one wife when he's committed. That's crazy. We're talking about a man that's committed to his family, committed to his woman, but you don't want that. Why? Because you're selfish and you think you can control a man's manhood. If not, if you don't want that righteous man, you're going to end up with a douchebag male. And a douchebag is a so-called disgusting person. You understand? A very obsessive, offensive, obnoxious person. A person who is just wicked. He just out here using. He have no values, no morals. He have no concern for how you feel. Just using you. And that's what's happening.
Don't be afraid to be confrontational.
He's telling you, don't be afraid to be confrontational. Women, it's not gonna work if your legs was open, because there's no reason for you to be confrontational at all. To tell you the truth and be honest with you, There's no reason for you to be confrontational with a man over him committing with you or not. The truth of the matter is this. If you didn't open your legs, if you didn't give that man no type of sex, and he is not trying to commit to you after a certain amount, let's say you've been dating for 2 months, you've been talking for 2 months, and for whatever reason, this brother's just not trying to give you that time. He's not putting no energy in because he figured, well, I didn't get nothing. You didn't give me no love. I didn't get no sex. Then let him go. You don't got nothing to lose. Why? Because you didn't give that man nothing. But you know why this hurts? You know why this bothered you? Because you were so damn thirsty for that man. At the same time, you gave him your box. You gave him your mouth. And now you're feeling disgusted to know that that man bust his load in your mouth and he don't even want to commit to you. And now you got to walk around with the memory of knowing that he was inside your mouth and he never committed to you. He was inside your box and he never committed to you. He was inside your behind, sliding up and down and never committed to you. And he got stories on you. He got videos with you. He got pictures of you. He got things he's telling his friends about you, and he still didn't commit to you. That's why it bothers you, because you gave up your body. You think these women on YouTube gonna give you this kind of advice, sisters? You think these women on YouTube gonna try to stir you from destruction? You think they can see women on YouTube gonna try to guide you? No, they're just gonna try to pander to your emotions. Facts. Let's go.
Save yourself some time because your time is precious.
He's talking about your time is precious, but he was out here destroying women's souls. He was out here abusing women and dating them and using them and living up inside their crib.
And these guys...
Notice he's talking about these guys, which mean he threw all men in the same pot, which mean you're going to look at all brothers as all the same. Ladies, first of all, we are not all the same like this guy. The problem with you ladies is that you keep dealing with men that are toxic. You don't want the good brother until you hit the wall. You don't want the good brother till you're 40 years old. I've been teaching this for years and everybody's regurgitating my talking points all over YouTube. The only time women want a good man is when she's 40 years old and up. Facts.
I've been there. I've been that douchebag. I've been that dude.
He's still that dude and he never changed. Let's go.
They will stay in it as long as they possibly can.
They will stay in it as long as they possibly can, which means as long as you put up with the nonsense, sisters, as long as you sit back and just play this game, these brothers, these men will use you for what they can get. And that goes for black men, white men, Asian men, whatever man. It's all the same. If they can get what they can get for free, why would they pay for it? Why would they commit to it? Why would they even marry you? That's crazy.
Because you're convenient.
Because you're convenient. A convenient 304 to meet up with at night. A convenient woman that I could just go and throw my rod down her throat. It's very convenient. I don't have to commit to her because she's stupid. And there's a lot of women out here that are doing that. Why? Because you love toxic men just like this. Douchebag male, disgusting men, men that are wicked and evil. These are the kind of obnoxious, offensive type of guys that you love. And you wondering why you a single mom with babies. You wondering why you got 2-3 kids out of wedlock by different men. It's because you deal with douchebag men just like this.
And until it's not convenient, that's when it gets real.
See, when it's not convenient, that's when it gets real. See, that's when you really find out what the man is really made of. But see, you already done gave away your box already, sister. So you can't make it inconvenient. You can't give a man sex and give him all of that love and give him oral play and all of this other stuff multiple times and then you trying to make it inconvenient for him. Sister, you played yourself. Because he's not going to follow anything that you have to say. He's going to look at you like, look, I already got you already, so you can bounce. Giving me ultimatums. You should have did that from the beginning. This is why in stores you got to pay for packages first. Then you could go home and unbox it. This is why you gotta order products first, and then you get them delivered and you can unbox it. But see, you sisters, you wanna give a brother the box first. You want him to open the box first. You want him to break in the box first. You want him to rip through the tape first, and then you're expecting him to pay for it. That's backwards, and it makes no sense. Let's go.
That's how you know if someone really likes you.
That's how you know if someone really likes you. When you make it confrontational for them? No. It's when you get to know them, keep your legs closed, and really see what are their motives. Why do they want to be with you? Because a lot of these brothers out here don't love you sisters. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of righteous men out here that would love to take you sisters as wives, would love to show you companionship, to be friends in terms of a couple type friends, not friends in the sense of, well, you know, I'm her friend and I'm trying to, you know, be her friend on some goody good stuff. No. We're talking about in a relationship where you are a couple and you have that time where you can literally do things together, have some joyful times, go to the arcade, play video games, watch a movie. I'm talking about not only are you lovers, but you're also friends in the sense that you can literally do fun things, go bike riding, roller skating, bungee jumping. There's all sorts of different things you can do, fun activities. A lot of you sisters never had that with a man because all they think about is just coming to your crib and hitting it from the back.
And the only way to realize that and get the answer is to make it inconvenient and tell them either gonna be with me or that's it.
How you gonna do that if you already gave them the box? It's not gonna happen.
And just wait and see their response.
That's about it, fam. Why women take advice from a douchebag. Like my content? Leave some feedback. Like the content, like the video, subscribe to the channel. This is Black Male Advice TV, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth, 100% raw and uncut. I'm out, everyone. Peace.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $RingoTV Raw. Become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/RingoTVRaw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at RingoTVRaw.
This is Black Male Advice TV, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth, 100% raw and uncut. I'm out. Peace.